guys, this is Kim with Creative Crafticality. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a project here for you. This is for a swap on the Loaded Envelopes Galore Facebook group, and I am swapping with Jen Cassell, and I will link her channel down below. But we were to do a unicorn theme, and so what I decided I wanted to try and make a castle for my pocket, my loaded envelope. It's still a 6x9, which was the requirement, except that I made the pocket going horizontally instead of vertically so that the castle would be more to scale. So what I actually did was I took a 12x12 piece of paper and I folded it in half, and then I folded that, then made it a 6x12. And so I just folded the sides in 1.5 inches on both sides, and I glued it together to make just one pocket. And then I added a pocket on the back and then added on the front, the central part of the castle. But I used the Doodlebug Designs Fairy Tales collection. I had a 6x6 pad, and then I also had a cardstock sticker sheet that went with it. And I also had some clear stamps that were, wait just a second. All right, I had these clear stamps. They're the Greeting Farm. One of them is Hello Unicorn, and this one is a Magical Day. So I used that throughout. So this is what I came up with for the pocket. All the paper is from that Doodlebug Designs paper pad. I just cut rectangles and squares to make the towers and the front portion of the castle. This, like I said, is a pocket. I cut out some white 110-pound paper to make the pocket, and then I just covered it with the patterned paper. And this, my big pocket, is actually with just 65-pound basil cardstock, but then I covered it with the paper so it makes it nice and sturdy. And then, let's see, I cut out triangles to make the tower tops and some more of the paper here. But then I did some stickling and I added some pom-pom trim and some rhinestones at the tops of the towers. And then, let's see, I added this piece here with a scallop at the top and stickled that and added more pom-pom trim. The windows are more of the patterned collection. That this actually has the little tiny unicorns. So those are the openings of the windows, and then more for the ledges here. And then I did the door. I made it so you could open it up, and I put Hello Friend there. And then at the bottom here is some ribbon that I found at Michael's, and then I just put a string of rhinestones, purple rhinestones in the center, and glued that down. And then I actually had my daughter's home from college, so she loves to color, so I had her color all of my unicorns. So she did a great job. You'll see some more as my video goes on here. But then on the back, I used all this is paper. This is a piece from the collection too, but I just made it into a pocket. And then I added some of the ribbon down below here. And then I also included a card. I want to show you that before I show you the stuff that goes on the inside of the loaded envelope. So I had this ribbon that I'd gotten from Shinoda Design. So I just made an envelope and it folds up. And then here's my card. I made a shaker card and I used all the ribbon or all the paper from the collection. I just made it, I cut out like a foam to mount the paper on and cut the heart out, and then made it a shaker. And my daughter colored this one as well, and I just did some stickling over the top of it. layered some of the papers. This was a cutout from the collection, and then I put some rhinestones in the corners and tied some ribbon here. And then here's on the inside. And I wrote her a little note, so that'll just stick in there, and then if she wants to use this card later, she can. So there's my card. So why don't we start loading up this envelope. Okay, so we had to include 2 envelopes with tags, stickers, etc. So here's one of my envelopes. And then I just tied it with the ribbon here. So I'll pull it off. And this one has some stickers. So I cut up the leftover stickers from the Doodlebug designs and put that in there. Just use some pink sparkly washi tape to close it up, and then I also included a couple stamped images of the unicorns. And then I included the sheet of rainbow heart sparkly stickers. And I also found a sheet of rainbows and unicorns from Michaels. I've included those in there. Well, that's in that envelope. So stick that in there. And then my other envelope, I used the same paper to make the envelope, and I decorated it there. That's all the paper and cut out from the Doodlebug designs. And in this one, I included a package of cutouts and papers, the scrap papers, and mostly cutouts and sentiments from the Doodlebug design collection. I used some watercolor paper, and I did a rainbow, and then I die cutted out some butterflies and hearts, and yeah, butterflies and hearts, and then I used some glimmer mist and misted those up. So that's what's in there. And then in here are some die cuts that I did with my dies with the Doodlebug design paper. There's a happy birthday in there. There's hearts, flowers, and there's a doily heart in there as well. So those were in there. Oh, there's one more. Let's see. Oh, there's just a couple of sheets. These were just some pieces from the paper collection. Figure she can use some of this stuff on like birthday cards and things like that. So that's what's in that envelope. And then we had to include a pen or a pencil wand. So I made this. I used, my daughter colored another image of the unicorn. I put it on top of some of the unicorn paper from the collection that I die cut it out, scallop flower, and then I made a rosette with crepe paper, and I put some stickling on that, and I tied it up with the rainbow ribbon. It's like that. And then I had this pencil that has like some confetti, rainbow confetti on it. So that's that one. And then I also I made an extra wand that's just with the straw, but I made an origami unicorn that I found online, and I will put a link for that down below. But I used a pink and white chevron straw, and then I made 2 of the unicorns and glued them together so it'd be double-sided, like it'd be a full unicorn, not just one side. But I made it out of white cardstock, and then, or it was actually just regular printer paper, so you could fold it, and then cut out ears with cardstock, 110 pounds, so they'd be sturdy, and then cut out the inside of the ear from the Doodlebug Designs collection and put some stickling on it. And then I took some of the paper from the collection and cut a strip and cut little slits to make the hair, and then I used this string of purple rhinestones and glued that to both sides. And then I cut out just the unicorn horn out of the paper. I glued it together so it'd be a little more sturdy. And then I used these heart stickers that were in the Doodlebug the cardstock sticker sheet for the little cheeks, and then I used a pen to make the eyes and little nose part there. And then I tied it up with some Ofray ribbons and this pom-pom trim here. So that'll go in here. And then we were to decorate a dollar store journal or notebook. So I found this one. I think it was the 99-cent store or the Dollar Tree. I'm not sure, but it's pretty as it is too. So I left the back because I didn't think it needed to be decorated on that side because it's already really pretty. So I just did the front and covered it with the paper from the collection, used to cut out from the collection that says never let anyone dull your sparkle, and I layered that onto another piece of the patterned paper. I used stickles all over the top of this and then put rhinestones in the corners, and then I cut out a strip of the border paper that was in the collection. It says hello across here and just has different patterns, and put that on top, and then put a line of this polka dot ribbon and rhinestones on top of that. And then I put bigger rhinestones in the corners, and then I put the unicorn sticker on top of that, and then I outlined it with a pink marker so you could actually, so it would pop out away from the polka dot paper. So that's that. And that I think I will just put in a bag and stick inside the box because it's gonna take up a lot of room in there. So then I made her some, then the last thing second to last thing that's required are to make 3 bookmarks. So I took some watercolor paper and I did a rainbow colored here, and used some of the stickers from the collection that say magical with the rainbows here, and then I glimmer misted it, and then at the top I put a little tassel that I had picked up at the dollar spot. So that's one, and then on the other side I just did this. I glued some of the paper down, and this is all from the Doodlebug collection here. So that's that one. And then my second one, I went to Lowe's and I picked up a pink and a purple paint chip, and I just cut a little bit off the side so it didn't have the wording, and then glued it together, and then I just decorated the spots and tied it up with some pom-pom trim and pink ribbon there. That's the second one. And then my last one, I just used a white 110-pound paper, and I decorated it with the Doodlebug paper and stickers, the unicorn that came in the sticker collection. And then I tied it up with, I made a pom-pom with some rainbow yarn here, and then the purple and pink Ofray ribbons at the top. This one's blank on the back. So that one's done. Alright, then the last requirement was to make at least 2 altered paper clips. I made 3. I just made a simple one. This was a pom-pom that was from the Target dollar spot. It was like a little pom-pom necklace, and I cut them apart, and I've used this on other projects that I've made too. So I just made that into a paper clip. I'll stick that here. And then I used my Cricut and my Create a Critter cartridge and I just made a horse, and then I had some silver cardstock that I cut the horns from and made them into unicorns, and I added 2 little purple pearl flatbacks for the eyes, and then I used some stickling along on the tail and the hair here, so I made those 2. I'm going to stick those in the back pocket. Oops. Kind of bent them up a little bit. There. And then some extras that I made another pom-pom and a charm. I found these 2 little unicorn charms, and then another little tassel that came from the Target dollar spot. So I just attached them. I put some paper on a green binder clip that I had, some pink paper, and then I'm just going to attach that to the side here. Like that. And then I made her some embellishments, and I packaged them up. I made some flowers, and I just used all the paper from the Doodlebug Designs collection and stickers. So that's flowers. The back is just that. So if she wants to take this out and use it, she can. And then I made her some mason jars. That's the front of one side, and then that's the front of the other one. And then I made her some little coffee cups, and I put some of those little rhinestones on the centers there. Is that? So I will stick these, 1 or 2 of them back here. That. And then, let's see. Then I have some goodies for her. I found these at the Dollar Tree, and then these at Walmart. I just thought they were cute. These are all unicorns, and then these are like balloon animals, but there is a unicorn there. And then when I was with my daughter, when I picked my daughter up from college, she was going to school in Ohio. There's like a little downtown area there, and they were having a craft show. Or no, it's actually, this was in a little shop in their little downtown area, but it's a zip little pencil pouch. But it is made from recycled, it's called Blue Q bags, and they're made from 95% recycled materials. So this one says, always be yourself. Unless you can be a unicorn, then always be a unicorn. I just thought it was super cute. But I found this little stamp collection that's got a castle and a rainbow and a carriage and a crown. So I put that in there. I found her a thing of washi tape. It has unicorns. And then there's just a little package of some pretty sequins and a pen that's got a bunch of different like rainbow colors on the bottom. So that's in there. And that's it, I believe. That's everything. So I hope you liked my project. Leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. And subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you again next time. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality. God bless. Bye.